California. Oh boy. Where if you're an illegal immigrant, you have sanctuary cities. But if you're an American citizen, you need a background check to get ammunition. Where crapping and doing drugs in public is accepted, but not getting ammo without a background check for money.
I got you. Yeah, I will defend my brothers. I will defend the weak. I will pursue and fight evil so others may sleep. I am the sheepdog, protecting the night. Wolf hunters unite. Bring it on. It's time to fight.
What's up, guys? Mike the Cop. You guys are going to get the not really looking at the camera, driving around vlog today because that's just the way it is. California passed this law. I think it went into effect July 1st. Where you have to get a background check to get ammunition. My understanding from what I have read is that it's something to the tune of $20 to get your first background check into the system, and then subsequent purchases of ammunitions with like a shorter, quick confirmation type background check is like $1 or something like that every time you buy ammunition. Obviously, where I've misunderstood the specifics of that, feel free to point that out in the comments or whatever else, but that's just my cursory check on this. But in principle, obviously this is bad for a couple of very key reasons. First of all, this is bad because this has nothing to do with public safety. It just simply doesn't. This isn't about safety. That is smoke and mirrors as a means of distracting us from the fact that this is really about money and control. If the voters in California were serious about wanting to retain their rights, they wouldn't be voting for people who want to strip them away. However, the people currently elected representatives in that state are pandering to people in a way that maintains their position in power. Their opinion on the matter would change in a heartbeat if they felt that their opportunities to maintain their position of control and influence was threatened. And it's about money because essentially it's a way to excise yet another tax on law-abiding citizens to exercise their rights. Another reason this is completely asinine is because limiting the rights, reducing the ability to express the rights of law-abiding, normal, free American citizens has not, will not, and will never stop a criminal from wanting to carry out their desired crime. And that's why it goes back to control. That is what they're wanting to do. To retain their position, they are attempting to step on the backs of those who are willing to give up their rights, who are voting it away under the auspices that this is about safety. It's not. This is bad because on principle, limiting the rights of free people does not stop criminality. Now, there are probably different reasons we could also continue to add on. We could have reasons 3 through 12 of, why this is bad. And I would love to hear from you guys as well in the comments why you think this is bad. And if you think it's good, well, good luck in there. Have fun. But here's my sort of diagnosis of what's going on. And I understand this was voted in, right? Like, these people who are making these decisions were voted in as the representatives of the people of the state of California. It's sad. And I believe that it is an issue of allowing convenience to lead to complacency. As long as we're comfortable and as long as life is convenient for us, it leads to complacency. And we have lost our edge as a culture to fight back against the idea that limiting freedom is beneficial to freedom. Now, as far as being law enforcement related in this vein, cops aren't the ones that are going to be conducting the background checks. Cops aren't stopping people with ammunition and telling them, that they had to get their background checked. So it's not really a direct issue of the police enforcing this background check or not. However, at a high level, that's exactly what is happening, is a law will be enforced for the purchase of this. I'm completely against it. If my job ever entailed anything like that, as a police officer, I would simply never engage in that. I would quit. I mean, it's completely contrary to the principles of freedom and morality that I hold to, and that I hope more and more cops are willing to express and stand behind. I used to think that we were quite a ways off, if ever, from, gun confiscations or these loopholes. And that's what it is. They're attacking the loopholes around it. They're attacking everything else around the Second Amendment, basically rendering it inert. And we have to fight against that. And I'm not calling us to arms. I'm just saying we need to be engaged and intentional about electing representatives who are going to represent freedom and liberty and our constitutional rights. We can't sit in complacency. We have to take effective action in our system. It is crazy, if you know U.S. history, to know we have gone to war for much less than the freedoms that have been given up voluntarily, because it seems that more people care about the next iPhone or the next cup of coffee than they do their core essential rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, or our basic property rights. I mean, it's infuriating, guys. So I'm just expressing that today. My goodness, if you live out in California, put up or shut up, man. It's time to make some decisions about who you're going to let lead you out there. And the writing's on the wall, man. It might be time to move out before that place turns into like a zombie wasteland of far leftism. All right, I don't want to keep rambling. Guys, if you haven't gotten the Sheepdog Nation app, speaking of freedom and lack of censorship, instead of being led around by all the false narratives that are forced down our throat on big social media, join me on Sheepdog Nation. Get it in the App Store, get it in the Google Play Store. I have a group on there called The Pigpen. Love to see you roll around.